Hello coders, welcome back. So in this video, we'll see how to use Ctags with C-scopes. Okay. So the first question that came in our mind is why we need Ctag as C-scope, as we have a lot of IDs in the market like VS Code and other things. So why is the need of a C-scope? So we got into some situation in which we have SDK that is in GPs. Okay. So we cannot load the full the SDK in these IDs because it will take a lot of space, maybe in GBs, like a few GBs, and the browsing to that SDK also need a lot of time. Okay, so in order to avoid these all scenarios, and also as a developer, you have some build servers in which you have some secured code of your company, and you don't need to put the GUI on that build server. So Cscope will help in that situation. Okay, so it makes the faster search into your code base where IDs is slow and often freeze. Now there are few shortcuts I put it. I will explain in the video next. So first we'll talk about the syntax. So how to use the syntax. I will tell you a very simple uh, you know example how to create the database with ctags. So we'll do ctags hyphen r. R is for recursion. So if we do the ctags hyphen r in this directory, so in here, if you have the hierarchical directories inside this folder, then they all will be processed and you will get a database for the ctag. So if you enter this, so if you see now, you'll get a file named Ctags, that is a database for Ctags. So what it actually do? So here I have a simple, smart home code that only prints some data. So if I make it, let's make it quickly. So I'll get a smart home here, which will show the device ID, sensor IDs, and other things. So if I say I want to go to sensor.c, so they are just putting some data and logging it. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, so let's see what is there in this tag. So tag, there is an indexing. Okay. For some function, for logging, for another things, they are mapping it here in this database, and our C tag will read it. So how to read it? So if I open any file in Vim, so for example, I'll open the main.c. Okay. Same here. So we have a list of functions here. Okay, so as we are doing Vim in the same directory in which we have the tag, so it would automatically load that tags indexing. So I want to check what is the definition of this function init device. So what I will do control and this braces to navigate to the definition of this function. So let's do this control and this, you go into the definition of this. Okay. And again, if I want to go to the log info, I want to see what is there in the definitions of this function. So I again get control and basis and go inside to that log info. Okay. So you can, you know, go to the definition of that function. So if you want to go back, what do you need to do? You need to do control plus T. Okay. Then you go into this init device, again control plus T, you get back to the main function only. So this way you can find the hierarchy of that function, like where it is being called or where the function definition is present. So it's an easy navigation, very small footprint. Okay. So this is how we use C tags. So if we use C tags hyphen, or you can take help. So the C tag has been used in list of languages. So if we want to check the list of languages that C tag supports, so what I will do C tags and then I will insert this list language. So there are lot of language that is supported by Ctags. So C, C++, C hash, and a lot of other languages. Python is there. So this is how we will navigate through Ctags. And if we have a build servers and we have only to access that build servers, then Ctag will be very helpful. You can install directly onto your build server and you can navigate through the code without using the heavy IDs. Okay. So next is okay. One more thing, like if we want to, you know, create the tags for only specific language. For example, in a project, you have a lot of languages in there, and you want to only specify the extension of you know files that you want to make the database. So for that, what do you need to do is you have to give this tag with language. So if you do ctags is equal to c comma c plus plus, sorry. So you will paste this language is equal to C comma C plus plus and then I will do hyphen R. Okay, so this language option is absolute and language force you have to put. So I'll do the force. So it's not working. Unknown L. So C tags hyphen language is equal to C comma C plus plus. So if you do like this, then you will get the tags related to C, C++ files in your code. So it will search for C and C dot C and dot CPP files, and then it will create a database out of that. Okay. So this is how we use Ctags. So this is very simple part. Okay. So now I'll discuss about how to use Cscope. Okay. So Cscope have the better advance than this Ctags. So they give you power to search various things using grep. So cscope is very powerful. So what's the command to create a cscope? So we will use cscope hyphen r to this control D. So we will do cscope hyphen r to create this interactive shell, and we will do control D to get back. So once we do that, you get a file of name cscope out. So if I want to check how much is this, so this is 140k that is generated for the cscope and 1.7k for tax only. Okay, so what I will do, I'll do -d. It will not create the database again. So it will take the old database only and then it will work on that. So the first thing is find the symbol. So what symbol I want to find? So for example, I want to find some init underscore sensor. Okay. So not able to find the, so what I will do here, init underscore. So find the text string. So it will not take as a function name or something. So it will just search for init underscore. So if I do this, you will get init underscore device. So this is the name of the function that we are getting. So what I will do, I'll go to the start and find the C symbol. So in that, if I write init underscore device, you still got the same thing. Okay. So here you will get that function definition. Okay. And in main, it's been called. Okay. So you can navigate through this file using up and out arrows. So for example, if you want to go to this function, you can go inside. So this is the function declaration that is done here. So if you do control and close bracket, what you will go directly to the function definition. Again, control T. So you are using Ctags with Cscope. So this functionality is already there. So if I go back and go to the second search, so here is the definition. Okay, so I click this, I go to the main. Okay, so this is the function being called with the ID and some string. So let's go back. So the first is a symbol. So you get the function symbol in that, and now from the searchable part, you need to go to the menu. So what will you use? You will use control plus I for A. Okay. Once you go back, you go to the search menu. Again, if you do control I, you will go to the searchable part here. Okay. So again, I do control I, then I go to the second part. So I want to check the global definition. So what I will do, I'll go back to main.c and see where is the global definition of device. So let's see that. So control I, go back of device. I want to check the, see. So the global definition of the structures lies here in device underscore manager dot h. So here this structure is defined. I go back again, control I go to this menu. So the second part is you can search for any global definitions or external variable or anything that is defined globally, you will get there. So third part, find function called by this function. So it means you want to check for the function that is calling in this particular definition of function. So this, for example, if I want to check init device, what all functions are called by this function. So if I press this, so you will get two functions. First is string copy and second is log info. So these two functions are there in the definition of this function. So the string copy and log info. Okay. So you want to go to check this log info, you get control and brackets and you will get inside to this log info. You get control T, you get back. Okay. Good from here. So this is how we can find this. And now again, I'll go to the fourth one, find function calling this function. Okay. Now I want to check the caller of init device. So only one place, that is main. So this function is being called in the init device only. and a control bracket. You will go inside this, that is called in device manager.c. Okay, so I'll go back, then find the text string. So as I have already seen, like if you don't know the name of the function, you just do this, you will get the function name. Okay, so next is change the string. If you want to change some certain string in this database, you will just type that string, okay, and you will replace it with something else. So the whole code base will replace that string after this operation. So next is egrep underscore device or disable device. So you will get both of these functions. So here is the init device, disable device, again this one, and this is been called. So everything related to this two function, using this egrep functionality, we can do that. Okay. So next is find this file. So if I want to find device manager.h file, then you can easily find it here. Okay. So next is find files that includes this device underscore manager.h. So what I will do, device underscore manager.h. You get to know, okay. So these device underscore manager.c and main.c is including this device manager. Okay. The last one here is find assignment to this symbol. Okay. So I have this ID that is assigned to this s.hd. So I want to search for this value. It is assigned to where. So for that, what I will do, I'll go here and just search for the symbol ID. So you'll see here, you will get this ID being allocated in these files. So this is how we can find out like who have taken these values. Okay. Thanks for watching.